Today we are going to look at how to insert data within an ArcMap. So for instance, if you already have ArcMap software already installed on your machine, you need to come here in your search box and type in ArcMap. Already it's here, then you open it. Immediately it will pop up on screen. It will have to bring you this, but meanwhile it's loading the files. So if you don't have any projects within ArcMap, this is how it will appear. But as of now, we want to add projects, we want to add layers and work with them. So I need to close this. But in the first place, we are going to first take a quick tour on the tabs that are provided. We have the file. Do you want to save your file? Do you want to export it? All these options are in here. Do you want to print view? They are here. Edit. Do you want to make edits within your file? Do you want to change? Do you want to undo, redo, paste, automation by view? So in view, you will find a different type of things. Data view, a layout view, you may want to provide frames, you may want to provide anything, titles, then frames. Books as well. Titles, keys, legends, scales, they are also here. Selection, geoprocessing tools where we have the buffer tool, clipping tool, intersect tool, union, merge, dissolve. We are going to interact with all those tools so long as you want to go ahead and use ArcMap for your future process G, geographical information systems. We have customized. Do you want to customize the page already? This is the place. But without wasting much of our time, we want to insert a layer. By default here we have the layers. So we come here to add data, use this drop down arrow and add data. But because my software has been in use, I have files that I've been using. So I'll have to click here, then look for Uganda admin. It's here. I select it. Immediately I select it. It has a series of shape files inside it, but I want Uganda admin 1 shape file. It's here. I select it and add data. Meanwhile, Uganda is here. Our Uganda map is here. I hope it's bearing the districts that we had formerly before new administrative districts, municipalities, and cities were came up with. But meanwhile, we are going to work with this layer. So you find out that immediately you add data to your workspace, also you add a layer. Meanwhile, this data is now a layer, Uganda admin 1, and it's selected. So within Uganda admin 1, I want a certain district. So for me to get the certain district within the whole Uganda, I need to come to the layer, then right click on the layer, open an attribute table. Immediately I open an attribute table, I'll get this table containing Ugandan districts and their respective coordinates. But as of now, I want Masaka. So I will look for Masaka. Masaka. I will look for it, it's here. And then select it. Immediately I select Masaka here within the attribute table. That means that it's already selected within the layer. So I close it here, and by default you see Masaka is done what? It's selected already. So I want to clip Masaka out of the whole Uganda. So that means I need to use a tool, and that tool is called a clipping tool. And those tools are found within geoprocessing. So I come and select clip. Immediately I select clip, I need to input a feature. But by default there's Uganda admin 1 because it's the district I want to use. Still I select Uganda admin 1, press OK. Wait for it to clip here. When the clipping is successful, we shall go ahead. It may take time, but it has to clip. So the clipping is successful. And immediately the clipping process is successful, another layer is added to our layers. Uganda admin 1 clip 16. That means that we no longer need the outer layer of our whole Uganda. We can as well do away with it. And how can we do away with it? We uncheck it. Immediately we uncheck it, we stay with our Uganda admin 1 clip 16, which is our district. And our district in this place is Masaka. By placing in with this hand-like feature, I'm trying to zoom in. You see? So let me use the scroll tool down here so that you can select it and put it in the middle. However, before doing anything, I would like to change the color of my district. For me to change it, I need to come and select this feature below the layer and maybe give it something like yellow. Okay, so meanwhile the color of our layer has changed, but I want to get health centers within Masaka, but I cannot get Masaka if I don't have what? If I don't have the whole health centers in Uganda. I still come to data and add data. After having added data, for now I'm not going to add Uganda admin 1 shapefiles. No, I need a map of Uganda containing health facilities, and it is here. So I select that one and add it. Immediately I add it, you will see a lot of health facilities even beyond our frame. Meanwhile, these are the health facilities for the whole country. But our major point of emphasis are the facilities for Masaka district. What means that? The facilities for Uganda have to be clipped out, and I stay with the facilities in Masaka. What do? I still need to use a clipping tool. I come to geoprocessing, then clip. In the first place here, what do I want to clip now? Here is what changes. I need to put in a feature that I want to clip, eventually their health facilities. So where do I want to clip it from? It has to be Uganda admin 1. You understand? Okay. Then I press OK. I wait for the clipping process to be successful. Now it is successful. I want you to notice the changes that are happening within our layer. Now that it is successful, the health facilities within Masaka have now become blue, irrespective of the host facilities in Uganda that are still in their color. So I have to do now, since the clipping process is done, I need to uncheck the health facilities layer. After having unchecked it, it disappears and I stay with facilities in Masaka. I want to add water bodies in Masaka. Still, I will add a layer of water bodies within the whole of Uganda. For instance, let me take a river. So river add. As we see now, in as much as in Uganda we have a lot of rivers, formerly this is Lake what? Victoria. Small portion of a river is in Masaka. We need to crop out the lakes and rivers of Uganda and stay with those of Masaka. I need to come to geoprocessing and use the clipping tool and input a feature I want. Eventually, it's lakes and rivers. I want to clip it out of the whole admin Uganda. Press OK. Wait for the clipping to be successful. When it becomes successful, I need to come and uncheck the layer for Uganda lakes. After having unchecked it, you realize that there are small pieces of lakes and rivers within Masaka, but we may want to change their color to put a geographical color. And the geographical color in this case, we are going to put a blue. Is it? Okay. Now we have this one, and that one. Then we may want to put roads within Masaka. I'll repeat the same process. Go to add and I add data. Then select a frame with Uganda roads. Eventually it's here. I select it. It has to be a shapefile. Add it. All these are the roads in Uganda that are cutting through Masaka. But we are not interested in having roads in Uganda. We are interested in having roads within our layer in particular. And our layer is Masaka. That means I need to crop out the Ugandan roads and stay with those of Masaka. I come to geoprocessing, select a clipping tool still, input a feature that I want to crop, clip, and that is roads, and put where I want to clip it from, Uganda admin 1, which is our mother. Press OK, and wait for the clipping exercise to be successful. Now that it is successful, I also want you to take note of the changes. Roads in Masaka have now given to themselves a brown color irrespective of the blue roads that are outside Masaka. So that means I need to unselect the roads for the whole country and keep with the roads for Masaka. This is what I do. Now I have roads for Uganda. Maybe I may want to add protected areas. Still, I will come to add data. Look for protected areas. Protected areas. They are here. Add. Eventually in Masaka we have a few protected areas, but these other protected areas are Uganda's protected areas that aren't in Masaka. So that means we are going to crop out the protected areas in Uganda that are out of Masaka. So I need to come to geoprocessing, clip, protected areas. Where is it? Protected areas, it's here. Then Uganda admin 1, place an OK. Wait for the clipping exercise to be done. Now it's done. So I do away with a frame containing Ugandan protected areas. Here we go. Now that our layer contains a series of information, for instance, it has lakes, protected areas, roads, and even sub-counties and health facilities. Now I need to provide a frame on it. I'll have to come to view, layout, and select a layout. Immediately I select a layout, a frame will be provided to our map. However much now our map has decreased in size, let me increase it up to something like 75 as of now. So it's there. So now that it is 75 size, I need to add something that talks about it. And in particular, that has to be a heading. So now we are going to add a title to our work. So I need to come to insert, then select title. I'll say that a map, a physical map, a physical, what's this? A physical map of Masaka district, and place OK. Meanwhile, our map has a heading now. However, we are not done yet. I need to insert a key. And in this case, a key is called a legend. Select a legend, then place next, next, next. Now it's here. I need to drag it down here. I also have to insert a key. Come to insert. No, I'm now going to insert a set of scales. Select that option, then I select any set of scales I want and press OK. Bring it here. I think now our map is left with having a compass. I need to come and insert, select north arrow, select the compass I want, place OK. Drag it here. In as much as it is small, I need to get hold of bottom right portion of it and increase its size. Now I do this. Now it has almost everything a good map should have. For purposes of easy viewing, let me just do it like this. You see, by use of ArcMap, we have been able to crop out Masaka out of the total country, provide it health facilities, roads, Uganda lakes and rivers, and that's it for today. Thank you. Thank you.